Modify your attribute.
Coming up next, the Bulls taking on the Hawks. For the Bulls, the stars have aligned, performing better than last season. You can feel the energy and excitement around this club as they continue their upward trend. Hawks, Bulls is next, right after this. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Brett Berry, this is Kevin Harlan. We'll be hearing from David Aldridge on the sideline. And for a look at how the competition stacks up right now, these the new power rankings. They tell a great story. You look at the Clippers. They're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
And checking out Chicago, they're just so locked in right now. It doesn't matter who they're playing. I know it's still early in the season, but they may turn out to be the team to beat.
Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. Larkin and Carter are up front. Oladipo is out there with Thomas Satoransky. And it's Porter at the small forward. And for the Hawks, Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. Young and Herter make up the back. And it's Capella in at the pivot, manning the middle. Early part of the season, Brett, did you take a while to get back in the swing of things, or were you ready to go out of the gates?
In order to stay in the NBA, Kevin, no, I could not do that.
Right, yeah.
I could not do that.
You played 14 years.
I loved coming into training camp, being in tip-top shape. It really was something I took a lot of pride in, is that I wanted to be going so that our practices for our coaching staff was something we could get through. Now, I understood the role of other guys on the team where it might take a little while for them to get going, but for my mindset and my confidence in the year, I wanted to make sure that the off-season and the work that I was putting in, because that's where players improve the most, I was going to come into camp ready to go.
And that one's good. Hunter.
Big man John Collins seeing the court that time.
Satoransky, the pass to Markkanen. Over Collins. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
And now we'll go to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with head coach Lloyd Pierce.
Well, Kevin, he admitted defensively he's concerned. He said, we're going up against a team that sees the floor very well, and they're quick to take advantage of mistakes. So we have to be quick and smart in our rotations, or we'll get eaten alive. Guys, we'll see who wins out in this battle of adjustments.
All right, David, thank you for the report. One of the tougher things to accomplish, Greg, slowing down great shooters.
Yeah, you have to cover the entire floor defensively. That's going to take a terrific commitment on their part.
Well, there's been enough time for them to dig into a lot of video in this one, so they should be ready to go.
Clock up 2 there. Hunter's got 5 points so far.
With a number of moves and shots to choose from, Hunter is scary. Nice bucket there.
There's Satoransky, the offensive rebound, and Markkanen on the follow.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Greg, he's ferocious when the ball goes up. Now, here is Young. He picked up 36 points in the last one against San Antonio.
His passing, another high point in that game. He made sure it wasn't all about him. He wanted to get his teammates involved.
And Satoransky kicks to Markkanen. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
That has gone 1 or 2 from long range in the first quarter. In the corner is Hunter. Off target from outside. Chicago's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. And for a player that didn't come in with a lot of fanfare to the NBA, Markkanen is one of the top young players in the league.
Yeah, call him the marksman or the finisher. Call him Larry Bird, if you like. Fantastic stretch 4, who showed he could be a focal point of an offense. Can break an edge as well, and is just scratching the surface of his position.
They get it back. And so it's Carter who brings the ball up for the Chicago Bulls. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And is a perfect candidate for that stretch four. Outstanding at pulling the trigger from deep and not afraid to go inside and bang with the other bigs.
That free throw good from Markkanen. He hits both from the stripe.
A big fellow with the ability and confidence at the free throw line is something that every team wants. Don't have to make those late substitutions. Keep your big guys on the floor.
Now, here is Young to end the run. The Hawks again can't hit. Here's Oladipo. Great touch on the 16-footer.
Shot selection paying off there. Patience by Oladipo, and then knocks it down from the perimeter.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks. Coming into the NBA, Victor Oladipo, Greg, drew some comparisons to Dwayne Wade. But it was working out with D-Wade that helped take Victor's game to the next level.
And listen, anytime you're the second overall pick, which he was back in 2013, stardom is expected. It just took a while. He's got that same work ethic to overcoming the knee injury.
Teague is checked in for Atlanta. Jones checked in for Atlanta. DeAndre Bembry comes in for Kevin Huerter. Outside Collins. Teague with a clean look. The Hawks again can't hit. Chicago leading by 5. And here in the first quarter with a little over 3.5 minutes played. And it's White missing. And for Atlanta, they come in off a good outing against San Antonio.
They certainly got their money's worth in that game. Boy, was that a battle, and it turned out to be a real pretty win.
And they had to scrape and claw just to get themselves back into the game and into overtime, but they really kept their composure in the extra 5 minutes, and it paid off for the win.
And you look at Wendell Carter Jr., the center out of Duke, fantastic blend of size and mobility. A lot to like about what he can do.
The free throw off from Carter. And with Wendell Carter Jr., we saw flashes of his potential last season.
Easy to see why he was a snap pick at 7 for the Bulls back in 2018. As he gets more comfortable in his role and his teammates lean on him, he could be a force.
I'll be honest, I thought there's no way that he's missing that close. That's a bunny. Give it up for the aggressive defense, Kevin.
And how about the awareness Hunter possesses? Understands when one of his guys has an opportunity.
That one falls. Oladipo's got his second bucket.
Of all the action happening there, Kevin, it's the assist that jumps out to me there. That's just a great look and a great setup for the bucket.
Now, here's Hunter. He has 7. Fernando can't get it to go. And that one's good by Porter.
Fleshing out his game more and more. I really like seeing Porter go to work inside.
Here's Teague, and it's slammed in by Teague.
I love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a bit finish.
Well, just seeking out weaknesses in the defense and then exploiting it.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passes.
And the foul on Wendell Carter. That's his first foul. And the Hawks making a change here. Lavissier's checked in. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new grouping. And stolen by Dunn. It's stolen. Pass to Lavissiere. The shot's good.
Slender big man Scal Labissiere does not back down from the physical contact on his way up.
Young passes to Hutchison. Back to Young. And it's Chicago scoring again.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Dunn with some nice D.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
And here is Valentine. Here's Young. And it's good. But hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And indeed, they're going to look at it again. They need to be certain he beat the buzzer.
And honestly, guys, in real time, I couldn't really see whether he got it off in time. But with the benefit of replay, it seems pretty clear that the clock expired just before the release.
And they're keeping the call as is. It was close, but he had not released it before the clock had expired.
Yeah, still better safe than sorry. I think they did the right thing to take another look at it. And if it's so close that you can't tell by the naked eye, might as well go to the slow-mo.
And they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. Bulls lead by 5. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. A unique upbringing for Clint Capella. Spent years in a welfare orphanage in Switzerland. He said he never imagined he'd come this far.
As a kid, I wasn't even dreaming about that far. I would say that's even past my dreams. I mean, now I'm just living the moment, trying to work hard as I can, and just enjoy the present. Enjoy the present.
Just an inspiring story, Greg. It gives you perspective on why you should be grateful for everything you have.
Kevin, without a doubt, Capella's upbringing helped shape him, and the hard work he continues to put in is really admirable.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And from what we've seen so far from the Bulls, what's your take?
Well, pounding the boards is one way to gain an advantage. They simply owned the glass in that first.
Well, if you get physical out there, you can control the glass, and that helps you to control the pace of the game.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Taking a look at the Bulls. Valentine out there with Dunn. It's Young, and it's Hutchinson in at the 3.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, well, the Hawks said they were going to be patient when they rebuilt their team, and they were going to do it through the draft, and they've stuck to that script. Now, Trae Young is probably the biggest name, but Atlanta's added a lot of great young talent the last 3 years. There's John Collins, Kevin Huerter, and in 2019, the Hawks added 3 more good young players in the draft. DeAndre Hunter, Cam Reddish, and Bruno Fernando. Things are looking up in Atlanta.
I would think so, too. On paper, it looks good. We'll see if it materializes. D.A., thank you as always. Now, you stood up for 6 teams in your NBA career. What do you think about some of the front offices that you came across during that playing time?
I think when you find a front office, when you move from franchise to franchise, is what it is that they value most. And there were some franchises, quite frankly, Kevin, that I played for where they just wanted you to show up on time, get there, play the game, and leave. Those franchises end up having a lot of struggles to find some footing in the league. They also find trouble finding attraction from free agency because people understand the culture of the club. There are other teams that do so many other things well, Kevin, and feel so much more valued as a player throughout the course of your career. Those are the places that end up sticking with you. And I think the league is doing a great job from top to bottom, moving in that direction. Now, some are doing it better than others. That will always be the case. But the idea around finding more completeness for what it is you provide a player is a great thing for everyone.
Inside, Capella, and the dunk by Capella.
Shooters tend to be hungry, but this time Huerter finds an open teammate.
It drops for his 3rd basket. He's missed only 1 shot. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. To the middle, here's Capella. He doesn't hit that one. And the Bulls going the other way now. Their last game, a win against the Lakers, looking to carry it into this one.
Yeah, in that game, the offense was firing on all cylinders, partly because the other team's defense was a no-show.
Yeah, with the defense struggling like that, I think they just stayed with a healthy, consistent pace to get that win.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter.
Yeah, and that one way back in the first quarter is the three-pointer that has been his only one of the night.
The Bulls leading by 8. Here's Gafford. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
And right now, they're just focused on putting together good possessions.
That's exactly how they got the lead. They ended up having multiple possessions in a row with good quality shots, knocked them down, and the game is fully in their control. This Hawks team built around youth, and probably the most attention-getting younger player is Trae Young, with an unbelievable second half to his rookie season, almost challenging Luka Doncic for the Rookie of the Year. Trae Young, an incredible shooter, but plays with a tremendous amount of confidence, and we'll see how far that confidence can take this young core as they continue to grow under their young coach, Lloyd Pierce.
Now the pass to Young. Uses the glass to finish the way.
You just can't take Trae Young lightly from anywhere on the floor. These kind of shots will help him get into a rhythm.
Valentine kicks to Dunn. And the Bulls with another miss. And the question for Young now, can he reach the level Curry hit?
I think that question is just completely misplaced. We're going to just try to let Trae Young be the best version of himself. He reminds you of Steph Curry, but those accomplishments are, I think, a little bit out of reach, Kevin. Trae Young does have in front of him an unbelievable opportunity here in Atlanta to become and push his potential as far as he wants it to go.
Damian Jones is checked in for Capella. Young with no one around. And that comes off the assist by Jones.
This is Trae Young's game right here. Rise, fire. These shots are helping out the offense. Oh, can't punish the defense for leaving him open that time. That's a frustrating miss for a really steady jump shooter.
They grab their own miss. Carter, and he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. And now just a 4-point Bulls lead. Carter on the wing over Jones. And it's Carter missing.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yeah, that happens. Important thing is for players, just don't beat yourself up and make a miss like that cost you another play.
No good. They had a chance to end the run there.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the court.
No, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
The basket is good. That's his 6th attempt and his 3rd make. The Hawks trail by 6. Now Young. 5 points in the game. The Hawks again can't hit. Stolen by Collins. And Young kicks to Collins. Down low, here's Hunter. That's his 6th field goal today. And that makes him now 6 for 11.
So versatile offensively. When Hunter gets in a rhythm, he's capable of carving up a defense.
This has not been a good quarter right here. Shot has been off the mark, and now it looks, Kevin, like he's pressing a bit.
Pass to Collins. Goes back up. The kick out to Young. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. Young's got 7 points here in this quarter. Here's Markkanen. Tries again. He takes it up and lays it in. And the Bulls lead by 4.
And remember, at 7 feet tall, Markkanen is tough to keep off the board. Solid at tracking down misses on that offensive play.
And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Bulls out front, up 4. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half. 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, and let's talk the first half. Lauri Markkanen has been the story in this one. He had 12 points, 6 rebounds, and 1 assist. He struggled in their last game, but he's not having any problems tonight. Really good first half for him. He was right on the mark. And Kenny, what did you think about what you saw from Chicago?
They were really efficient on offense. Shared the basketball well, great shot selection. That accounted for a high field goal percentage in the first half.
And over to the big fella, your thoughts on the Hawks?
They did some good things, but the defense could have been much better. They allowed too many open looks, allowed the other team to make over half the shots. Some of that is not getting enough pressure on the ball, not really contesting at the rim. They look good, but not good enough.
And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin with Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll catch you on the flip side.
Not bad.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. It's been a clinic out there by DeAndre Hunter.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Carter the 2 with Hunter at the 3. Clint Capella is out there with John Collins. And it's Young in at the point guard position. That's the group starting the second half for Lloyd Pierce. Hunter, no one around him. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. The Bulls leading by 6. Here's Oladipo. And that one, good. Oladipo's got his third basket of the night right there.
Oladipo so strong and scoring, even with the D, kind of knocking him around a bit on that play.
Out to the right wing. Herder, no good.
And even without that three ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Took him no time at all on that one. And now a 10-point Chicago lead.
How about that? Coming out to start the half, a perfect 3 of 3.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
When Trae Young was in college, he was known for his long-range shooting. But Young says, the people who know me best know that I'd rather get an assist than any other stat. I pride myself on making the right play. Knowing your teammates get joy and excitement from playing with you is all I care about.
Yep, that's great to see. Thank you, D.A. Satoransky against Young, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Really all about Trae Young and his skill. And you know how many hours that takes, Kevin? I mean, he is putting time in the gym to show you what he's capable of out here on this floor, and he makes it look easy.
Atlanta shooting their first shot from the stripe in this game. That's good from Young. And Brent for Trae Young. Remarkable how his game has grown.
Going to be interesting over the next 3 to 5 years what kind of layers Trae Young can add to his game. We know he is a prolific shooter. He's got deep range. He's a good playmaker. But how good does he want to be? We're going to find out how complete he can be.
Here's Dunn. And they pick up 2. Dunn's got his first 2 points.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
To the paint, here's Labissiere. Packed in, coming off the assist from Young. Young's got 3 assists tonight.
Someone's open. Trae Young scanning and finds him.
To the inside, Labissiere. Lead pass was put in just the right spot. Labissiere's got 6.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Dunn's shot's good.
And you have to love whenever Dunn squares up from mid-range. His jump shot is just money in the bank.
Young against Dunn. That shot, no good. Good defensive work there by Young. And here's Dunn. He'll bring it up for the Bulls. They've led by as many as 11 points. It's good on the putback. Now it's a 7-point Bulls lead.
They are just killing them on the interior.
For Atlanta, they've gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter, 50% from the field. Teague finds Labissiere. The Hawks working the ball around. Young for 3, rebounded by Gafford. Gafford's got 4 rebounds in this game. And it's Oladipo that time on the assist from Thaddeus Young. That's 10 points for Victor Oladipo. Atlanta's gone 1 of 4 in 3-point shots here in the third. Young outside. Passes it to Labissiere. Each year, so many coaching changes. Brent, do you feel they generally get too much blame when things go wrong?
I don't know if blame is the word, Kevin. That's just the easy out for a lot of organizations that want to make some changes. The main thing that's frustrating, I think, for the coaching fraternity is patience. You have to be realistic about the potential of your team and how much time it takes to grow, what it is that coach's culture is all about. That's where teams sometimes lose out and give up on somebody a little bit early.
But these guys go into it eyes wide open.
Well, there's no question about it. And really good coaches in the NBA know that it might not last all that long. So they're going to be who they are. That's who you want to hire. Hire a coach who knows exactly who he is, both coming in the door and walking away.
Teague can't hit.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there. And that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
Bulls have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point. That's good from Valentine. And so he hits both. Brent, we have seen some players refuse to speak to the media. For whatever reason, where should that line be drawn?
Well, there is a role and a responsibility, I think, of every player in the league, Kevin, given that it's an entertainment industry and that people have jobs around this league to tell stories, to have access to those players. Now, every player doesn't want to talk or get into certain things, but their availability should be made, and people should have access to them. Look, I don't want to take out the trash every Tuesday, but I understand I've got to do it at home, and so players have a responsibility to their franchise to be a voice.
I always thought you were terrific with them.
Well, I appreciate that. That's how I got this job.
And a solid playmaker, White has a great sense for when he should look to give it up.
We've got 1:18 left to play in the third. Pass to Jones. Back to Teague. Here's Young in the arc. It's all in by the Bulls. Young's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backcourt. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the league.
Young in the corner. Fires the 3. Another miss by Young. Chicago leading by 9. Kicks to Young. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Starter in this league for almost a decade. Thaddeus Young's numbers, Greg, won't blow you away. So what is it that makes him a winning player?
I think it starts with his defense, Kevin. Drawing charges and getting deflections. His quickness puts him in a position to make those effort plays.
And the first one at the line is good. So for the Hawks, Hunter's checked in for Labissiere. And Kevin Huerter subbed in for Trae Young. Wendell Carter, he's checked in for Chicago. Otto Porter Jr. comes in for Chandler Hutchison.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
Outside Teague. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on Wendell Carter. And last year, a tough one for Jeff Teague. Just couldn't put together his normal level of play.
You know, Teague missed some games with injury, but his shot just wasn't consistent. His passing and playmaking were as strong as ever, but you just couldn't rely on him to score.
And the Hawks making a change here. Collins is checked in. The Bulls also changing it up. Lowry Marketing comes in for Young. And Satoransky sub in for Denzel Valentine. And the shot is good. Satoransky's got 4 points this quarter.
In the mid-range, rarely the hallmark of efficiency in today's NBA, but it is on point tonight.
Here's Teague. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. Carter with the three. That one doesn't go. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Bulls lead by 11. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
Sometimes it happens when the offense is struggling, but every now and then this helps with the offensive uptick right there. Great job of setting his teammate up.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Taking a look at the Bulls, Carter and Markkanen, the duo at forward. White is out there with Satoransky, and it's Carter in at center.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Satoransky gets the bucket. The Hawks trail by 11. T dishes to Jones. Teague surveying the D. In the corner, it's Hunter. At clock reset for the Hawks. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Collins showing more and more some moves that he's getting comfortable with.
John Collins. And that one misses.
John Collins, an amazing young talent in this league. One of the best run and jump athletes that we have at that position. So fluid out there, gets out in transition, and that's where this Hawks team can really show its young talent.
Clint Capella, he's checked in for the Hawks. 13 feet away. Again, Chicago.
And they are earning points with the jump shot now.
And it's that quick second and third jump capability for Collins, Brett, that really stands out.
Makes you really tough to box out. You understand not only where your teammate's shot might miss, but your own shot on the inside. And John Collins can read where it's coming off the rim, get to the ball, get right back up and score.
There's the pass to Hunter. Here's Herter. And it's sent back by Carter. 6 on the shot clock. The Hawks again can't hit. The Bulls leading by 14. White finds Porter, and the Bulls tack on 2 more.
And their balanced effort at both ends has hushed this crowd.
All night long, in control of the pace, and you don't want to let go of that rope right now.
Knocked away, and wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. So it's Atlanta now. It's stolen by Carter. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. Good work defensively by Capella.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
Count it, good.
Sounds like a morning paper for Jeff Teague. Makes a great read and swings the ball around for a clean look at the bucket.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
Out of Wake Forest, John Collins quickly emerging as a top-notch scorer. A tremendous finisher, and his range extends out beyond the arc.
Oladipo, he's checked in for the Bulls. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Chicago's coach was going over with the team. His demeanor was not one of a coach whose team was well ahead. He said this is the time to turn up the heat, make one final push, and try to close out strong. See if they were listening, guys.
Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. And players with big numbers on losing teams can be accused of empty stats. So, Greg, you take Collins's with a grain of salt?
You look at his field goal percentage, high 50s. He's not just a high usage player. He is highly efficient.
Satoransky, Collins with some nice D.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team. And it's still a rare sight to see rebound numbers like the ones he's had tonight.
Well, this kind of effort will energize the team and get you going, just gobbling up every board.
And what I admire about Hunter is that opportunistic attitude. This kid just makes things happen.
Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And he's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
Stolen by Satoransky. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Free throw good, Satoransky.
And coming from a background with player development for head coach Lloyd Pierce.
Well, I think he's great at just being a cheerleader and a confidence builder for this young team. I believe that to be a good fit here in Atlanta. He brings a great hands-on approach, and very, very important for him to think about player development as these young guys grow together.
Back to Herter from past the arc. Markkanen pulls it in. The Bulls leading by 16. And Trae Young gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Chicago making a switch here. Young's checked in. That'll be a 5-second call. And Collins has got the ball here for Atlanta. There's 1:54 left in the game. Hunter, no good. Now Chicago's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Carter looking around. It's Oladipo on the wing. Back to Carter, 16 feet away. Rebounded by the Hawks.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Bulls.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
And they found a way to get their shots to go down. A little luck didn't hurt. A lot of their 50-50 shots fell their way.
And they took charge when it counted, and they'll be notching their 9th win overall.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Lauri Markkanen.
Just really loved his activity level here tonight. Constantly mixed it up, and he threw himself into a lot of plays.
2 on the clock. Satoransky gets the bucket. And the Bulls lead by 18.
But the truth is, they've had control of this game.
Yeah, looks like a veteran team tonight, getting out on the road, playing with assertiveness, confidence, fully in control for this win.
Pass to Hunter. Feeds to Young. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Trae Young showing off his finishing ability on the inside.
That one, this is for Young. And here are the Bulls now. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Cornette. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Victor. You've been really playing well on offense of late. What's going right for you at that end of the floor?
Patience, man, experience, belief, faith, all the above, man. Just coming out here working on my game. Just going to continue to keep growing, continue to keep staying close to my teammates, continue to keep working hard, and continue to keep getting better.
That is a crowded locker room with all those things in there. Thanks, Victor. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.
I'm out here working while you posting on the ground.